Hello. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Queen Sugar. Today, I am so excited to bring this video to you all about what this person is potentially hiding from you. But in addition to that, I'm excited to showcase my personal nails that I got from Temu. And I will share the information in the description box. I absolutely love them. Love the color. Love how they feel. And just also, too, they were so easy to apply. And Temu has so many fun things that you can literally purchase off their website. I'll have all the information in the description box, as well as a little promo code as well too, if any of you are interested in some of the items that I purchased from Temu, as well as these personal nails. But back to our video. So we're here to see, what is this person hiding from you? So we're going to take a moment to kind of just decompress, release any thoughts, and just think of a person that we've been thinking about and just kind of curious about at this time, and wanting to know, what are they hiding? So this could be something that they're hiding emotionally. This could be something that they're hiding physically. This could be something that they're just, not telling you at this time, that could be causing this disconnect with you all, or even if there's no disconnect, but more so you're just wanting to know what's going on with this person, because maybe they're not always the best in terms of expressing themselves or communicating. So this can give you a little insight on what's going on. And I want to mention this as well too, is that you can also think of someone that is like a friend, an employer as well too. You just kind of have to tweak the messages a little bit so it applies to your situation better. So our first pile that we have here is the past card. Our second pile is the engagement card. And then our third pile is the romance card. So once you have given yourself a little bit of time to feel the energy of your person that you're thinking of and would like to know what they're hiding, feel free to select the pile that best represents those messages for you and click your timestamp below that matches that pile. As always, I appreciate the love and the support, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you all enjoy this reading. Let's get started. Hello, pile number one. This will be for those that selected the past card. So we're going to go through your 6 tarot cards here and see, what is this person hiding from you at this time, and if there's any type of outcome energy that we can pick up from these cards as well. So we're going to put your card to the side and just go through the cards. So we have the 4 of Cups, the Page of Swords, the 5 of Wands, the Judgment card, the Devil, and then the 9 of Wands. Okay, so what is this person hiding from you at this time? I feel and see sadness here. This person is hiding that they feel somewhat incomplete without you in their life, or I'm getting this vibe this person feels incomplete because they don't have you the way that they really want to have you right now. It's this person doesn't want anyone else's hands on you, so you all could be, separated, or just not speaking, that disconnect of some sort, and they feel this tremendous amount of sadness and upset that there's a chance that someone else can have you, someone else can be with you, physically, intimately, whatever. And then for those that are asking this question about someone that's non-romantic, it can be an employer is upset that you're going to their competitor or something like that, if that makes sense. I do get, for some reason, there is some type of possessive energy here. I don't get it necessarily in a toxic way, but more so overly protective for some of you. Now there might be 1 or 2 of you that have that this person has this energy of a toxic, overprotective, controlling energy, but for the most part I get it's overly protective more so than anything. Another side that I'm feeling here is that this fear that you will forget about them, right? And I'm hearing them saying this phrase, fighting chance, fighting chance. It's like they're hoping for this fighting chance to maybe cross paths with you again, for you all to reconcile, for you to come back, or for them to have an offer to come back to you. Like, and if this is like a non-romantic sense, like, if they were to extend another offer, give you more money, give you better pay or better hours, that you will come back. I'm hearing that. I also am feeling this energy of like an ultimatum. Someone may have given the other person this ultimatum and it backfired, right? And it didn't go as planned. So let's say this person said like, hey, well, any woman wants me. I'm a big catch out here. And you're like, okay, well, tell them to have you then. And then they're like, damn it, that's not what I was expecting to happen. And so then it left them being alone, right? Or if an employer said like, yeah, there's so many people lined up to be in your position, to have your role, you should be grateful. And you're like, okay, well, hire them then, I quit. And now they're like, wait a minute, no, we were just bluffing. Or yeah, there were people that wanted to be in your position, to have your position, but they're not as great as you, right? So there's energy around that too. I see that there may have been moments of like petty arguments with this person, which could have led to this disconnect, which could have led to the demise of this connection, this relationship. I do see the bigger pieces that this person is hiding, and what they're dealing with right now. Number one is like abandonment issues, this fear of like someone leaving them. So they may self-sabotage the situation to control the outcome and push that person away. So it's like, well, if I push them away first, or if I, do this annoying thing, it's going to cause them to leave. Therefore, I caused that outcome. Therefore, I was in control of it. So it wasn't like they left me. It was more so like, I gave them the key to leave, or, like the red carpet for them to walk out type of thing. Some people think of it like that. And then, I just see they're regretting the decision that they made, or like how they showed up. There's so much sadness that they're really holding on to, and they carry with them a lot. And I feel like this is, connected to part of their like childhood, or just like early adolescence. And there's an energy that they never gave themselves the proper space to grieve and to feel what they're feeling. It's a lot of repressed energy here, and that is something that they still have to work through. And it's interesting too that the card for this pile is past, so there's definitely some past life, past pain that they need to work through. Another thing that they're hiding is how much they miss talking to you. Oddly enough, you may be the only person that knows a lot about them, in terms of like their upbringing, or just like anything close to like their past. And you might even feel like, I don't know that much about them, but you actually might know more than a lot of people. They have a thing with like not telling people too much about their life, and because they don't want to be judged, or also too, they don't want it to backfire and someone throw it in their face later down the road. I sense this person has a hard time, just like telling people about their feelings, and if they miss them just because of their abandonment issue. And if they miss them, they might not necessarily share it, but it might come out in odd ways. Like sometimes when people can miss, I can use this for an example. I know I hear people talk about like when they leave their parents' home, their parent becomes like very annoying. Like they just become very petty and just pick on them for like every small little thing. And it's like they're doing it in a sense of it because they're missing their child already, or like they know like once they leave, they're not going to be able to like connect with them in that way, the same way that they once did. So they come out and kind of just point fingers and be kind of petty about things. Obviously, it's not the best way to do it, but some people don't know how to process their emotions when they're missing someone, so it comes out in other ways. It doesn't excuse, their behavior, but it's just like, a different perspective on things. So in terms of like the outcome energy, I do see some type of communication from this person. It may be brief or like in and out. This person has a lot of healing that they need to do and work on. They have to stop running away as well too. I feel like you hold this person accountable, like you held a mirror to them, and for them to kind of like be able to see who they really are and like what wounds are they trying to cover up and haven't really healed and like, gave the proper attention to. I don't see this person giving up on getting you back or having you in their life. They're going to be very persistent about that. And even in their persistence, it might not necessarily be the way that you want it to be. Like, for example, let's say this person, they want you back, but they're still dealing with what they're dealing with, and they might text you from time to time, but it's never like a solid, let's have this conversation to work things out. And it's like, hey, how you doing? How's your day going? Maybe we should get drinks another day. It's kind of like they might do that, but they don't really talk about the big issue or talk about, what's been going on with them and what led you all to this position. And it could be something that can happen later down the road, or it could be something that you bring up. But if you're the person where you're like, no, they need to bring it up because they need to grow up, then it's gonna take time for them to get to that space to actually to initiate that conversation about how they're feeling about you. I'm hearing them say like they're battling with their demons and their troubled past, and it's kicking their butt. And it's hard at times, but they're trying their best to push through and not let it like weigh a lot on them, just because I get this person has like an image they have to keep up. And I'm hearing them say like, I don't have time to deal with my emotions, when they really do have time to deal with their emotions. And if they don't deal with it, it's going to just break things down further for them, which is not going to be great in the long run. I do see you being the accountability partner for this person. Like, you have always told them like, hey, I noticed this, this is what you're doing, I don't like it. And you've been like an eye opener for them. So like the role that you play in their life is definitely substantial. It holds so much value and they appreciate it. I think one of the biggest pieces here is that this person has to play that role for themselves as well and actually work through a lot of the things in order to maintain a solid connection with you, but also in order for them to grow and to release like old toxic devilish ways that they might still be holding on to, right? So yeah, that is what I'm getting in terms of like what they're hiding, what they're holding on to, and not really sharing with you at this time. So I hope that this resonated with you. And of course, if you did pick this pile and you were thinking of like a non-romantic piece, just kind of like, switch the wording of some things and, apply it as needed. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed your pile. Once again, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate the love and the support, and I hope you all are doing well. Bye. Hello, pile number 2. This will be for those that selected the beautiful engagement card here. So we're going to go through your tarot cards and see what is this person hiding, and see if there's any, additional information we can get about like potential outcome or just how things may flow with this person in this connection. Alrighty. So your first card is the 7 of Swords, the 9 of Swords, Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and then the Tower. Okay. Definitely have some very intense energy here for sure. I don't know why, but I get like this person can be dramatic sometimes. I'm just like picking up that energy for some of you in this person. They can be dramatic. And I mentioned this in the first pile, but this can also be connected to a non-romantic partner. So it could be connected to like a friend. It can be connected to a job, a boss, someone that you know. So, apply it as needed. But this person definitely has moments where they're dramatic for no reason. And they just kind of like, I want to say, I guess they like, that's still the attention is something that I pick up as well too with their energy. But one of the biggest things that I'm seeing that this person is hiding is that there might be moments where they act like something isn't bothering them, but deep down inside, they are literally losing sleep over it, right? I get that they hide how much comments and like feedback really hurt them, especially if you bring things to their attention when it comes to like, hey, you need to be accountable for X, Y, and Z. And then like, they brush it off like, okay, whatever, it's not that big of a deal. But deep down inside, it really hits them. It really hurts them. Like there may have been moments where you've had a conversation, like I will use it in a non-romantic sense. So let's say, you're talking to an employer and they're trying to like come at you about something, and you're like, well, this is why the people at Microsoft have a better, better employees, because mentally their mental health matter, and their board members and their supervisors really care about them. So it's like it's a shot taken at like your current employer, and they might not in the moment say like, oh wow, that really hurt us. It's like, okay, whatever, we'll go work for Microsoft then. But deep down inside, they're like, man, that's our competitor and they're doing all these great things, and then this person just said that means like we're not doing as great. So like they lose sleep over it, they get upset about it. And so if you think about it in a sense of, there may have been something that you have said to this person multiple times and it keeps resonating with them. I know from personal experience, I have said things to people before that I have thought that was like, oh, that wasn't a big deal, that was something minor, it didn't mean that much, but that was something that person held on for many years. And so being mindful that sometimes we can say things that can seem small to us but a huge thing to like others. So be very intentional about like what you're saying to people, and then also like what type of information that you want to make sure that you're sharing with them. Does it hold value? Will it change? Will it matter? Will it help this situation? Will it make it worse? Like thinking about it in that type of sense. For some of you, I see them hiding how bad things are for them just in general within their life. They may try to, keep a cool, like look, they wear a mask and make it seem like things are like top notch, everything's okay. But deep down inside, like they're really struggling, they're depressed. They're just like going through it. So that could be something as well too. On a lighter side though, I do see some improvement with this person on their end, like just like in their life in general. So maybe things have been hard for them, but things start to slow down. Things start to, position themselves to where they're able to kind of get back into a better place, a better spot in their life, whether that's emotionally, financially, physically, whatever. As well, I do see that for some of you, this person may have like tried to entertain this idea of like, well, what if I did, how would my life be without this person? And like try to, go about it as such, and thought like, oh, I'll be just fine. I don't care. It doesn't matter. And then like life hit them hard. Type of thing is what I'm picking up here. I'm also getting, for some of you, your guides stop protecting them for a period of time because of like how they may have mistreated you, or just like the disconnect that you've all experienced, and that has allowed life to hit them harder as well too, right? Sometimes our spiritual team can protect those that we encounter, and then when it's like, hey, you're doing this person wrong, we're not going to protect you anymore. Like, hey, you're the connection has ended. What's the point of us protecting you anymore? They stop protecting, and then, things just start hitting that person harder because they had like the extra shield of protection, but they no longer have it. I do see that there is, I'm hearing the spirit say like they're going to make adjustments to a plan very soon, and they're going to get some guidance on like how to make that adjustment. So that could be what allows them to get themselves out of this predicament where things are kind of a little bit rough. On like a spicy tip, I do see one of the things that they're hiding from you that they may have never shared with you. This is on a romantic tip, that you're the best lover that they ever had. And if, let's say, you've never been intimate with this person, but you may have kissed this person, you're the best kisser that they ever had. And so there's this energy of like you kind of like are top notch in a lot of areas, and they don't want to like how do I say this, like boost your ego, or like, make you feel like, oh, is that the case? And then like you kind of have this big ego now, and it's like you're not even like that. Like, of course you might joke around with them with it, but you won't necessarily like switch up like how you are as a person and how you show up as a person because of this compliment. You take it as like, okay, that's really good feedback that you're giving me, I appreciate that, therefore I'm going to continue to do such if we were to continue our connection. So that's another big thing that they're hiding from you. And let's see if there's anything else I feel that they're hiding. I wouldn't be surprised if they hid the fact that they either lost someone special, like a family member, a friend, in terms of like passing away, and just kind of like work themselves through it versus like actually grieving it. I don't know why, but I'm picking that up for like a few of the people here. They have a problem with like grieving and just letting themselves feel things. It's like they don't want to break down, because they know once they break down, it's going to be like a whole wave of like tears, or a whole wave of like, you know, thought after thought after thought of like the different things that they've experienced in their life that hurt them. So there's going to be a tipping point to where this person is actually going to have a breakdown if they don't talk about it soon. If they talk about it, they can avoid an extremely difficult tower moment. They're going to still have a tower moment, but it won't be as hard if they talk about it and work through it. But if they keep avoiding it the way that they've been doing, it's going to hit like 10 times as hard, and it's going to, you know, hurt even more, because it's just going to be like a load of things. So if you ever do get a chance to connect with this person and you feel like they're in a space to where they can trust you, or like they want to talk to you about things, like definitely let them know like they have the space to, you know, talk about things with you. Or if you don't want to be that person that they vent to, you can recommend, you know, a therapist. You can recommend some type of healing work. You can recommend, you know, just like other options that way they can work through this. And if they are totally against it, you know, you can just light a candle and just say, you know, wish this person the best. Some people don't want to heal. Some people don't want to deal with it. But, you know, Spirit is definitely saying like, give them the space to talk about it. And if they don't want to talk about it, then just let it be. You can't force anyone to heal or talk things through. In terms of like, I didn't do this with the other pile, but I pick up like Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, and Virgo energy for some reason in this pile. Of course, if none of those signs apply to you or your person, that's totally fine. But that might just be double confirmation that someone needs. But in terms of like the outcome, I do see positive movement and growth here for this person in the future, as long as they're honest and just like, you know, choose to, you know, heal and to work through things. I see them opening up with you more about everything that's been going on in their personal life. And when I look at this engagement card, of course, you know, like they're in love, they're getting married soon. But I also see this as like being a helping hand, being a friend. And I think this is what this person needs more than anything, is a good friend, a solid friend. And of course, it doesn't necessarily have to be you, but knowing that this is the type of support that person needs at this time can be helpful in terms of like how to navigate certain conversations or activities with this person. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they drink to kind of deal with the pain, to cope. For some of you, they might actually have been, you know, in the Navy, in the Marines, and so just dealing with like the after effects of that, and then in addition to all the other trauma and things that they dealt with in their life, it just hits them like one thing after another. So, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if you ever got like a drunk text or a drunk call from this person in the past, or, you know, if it comes up in the future. But, you know, reminding them like, hey, I'm here for you as a friend first, or, you know, if I'm not the person you talk to, like, please talk to somebody else, or please get help, or, you know, or finding, you know, obviously word things in a way that makes sense for the person that you're communicating with, because everybody receives messages differently, and sometimes you have to be strong with the person, and sometimes you have to be gentle with the person. So like, you know, find the best method possible for the person. But yeah, so that's some of the big things that I'm picking up, like what this person is hiding from you. And lastly, the one more piece, it's so funny that it comes out at the very end. So like for those that stayed for this long of the part of the video, they're hiding how deeply in love they are with you. And it comes from them realizing like how solid of a person you are, and also too like how you take care and love yourself. That's something that they really love and admire about you, and they wish and hope that they can do that as well for themselves. So that's the final thing. Okay, so yeah, I hope you all enjoyed your reading. Thank you so much for tuning in. As always, I appreciate the love and the support, and I wish you all the best. Bye. Hello, pile number 3. This will be for those that selected the romance card. So I'm going to put your card to the side, and we're going to go through your tarot cards here and see what is this person hiding from you. So this person can be a romantic partner, or someone that you're dating, someone you're seeing. It can be someone from your past. It can also be someone that's like, not connected to you romantically. Just kind of like, of course, change the wording and some of the scenarios if I do give like a romantic scene, and you can apply it in terms of like a friend or a coworker or a boss or whatever. So let's go through your tarot cards. So the first card that we have here is the Page of Pentacles. We have the Chariot. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Ten of Pentacles. We have the Six of Cups. And then finally we have the Star. Beautiful. This pile so far is probably the lightest pile out of the 3. Like the energy is very light. It's very inviting, warm. I don't feel like a lot of heaviness in this pile, so it might be a little bit quicker than the other ones, but we'll see. In terms of, what this person is hiding, I feel like this person is hiding the fact how much they can't keep their eyes off you. It's like they want to keep up with you. I'm talking about like looking at your stories, your pictures, your comments. If you're on social media, looking at your LinkedIn profile, especially if you left the employer and moved on to like a competitor employer, or just like a different organization. This person just can't keep their like eyes off you. They always want to know like what you're up to, like what you're doing, and 2, who's interacting with you. So let's say you were dating this person, and then you guys stopped talking for a little bit of time, and so they still follow your social media, or maybe they don't follow your social media, but they're but your page is like public, or they have like a burner account. So they'll look at your stories, they'll look at your pictures, and they'll see like who's liking it, who's commenting on it, who are you interacting with, who are you engaging with, right? Is that the same person that keeps liking the pictures and commenting? Like, who is that? And something that I pick up here. I also get that they hide how much they really are attracted to you, and honestly like how much they're into you, if that makes sense. So they could have said like, oh, I think you're beautiful, I think you're handsome, and they keep it like that, but they're literally in awe with you every time they see you. Like, you can come in to work and they're just like, man, this person is beautiful, man, this person is handsome. Or like, you all can be dating, and they'll compliment you, they'll give you like the basic compliments, but deep down inside they want to say so much more. But I feel like they don't want to like boost your ego in a way, and it's not saying that it would boost your ego. I think there's this insecurity that this person might have when it comes to dating someone that is as beautiful as you, or as handsome as you, or as smart as you, and their insecurities start to come out, and then they wonder like, ooh, can I actually maintain this type of connection with this quality of a person, right? Or maybe they haven't really dealt with someone that is of your caliber, right? And so that makes them nervous, that makes them scared. I get that they fear that you might end up not wanting them anymore, or like not being into them as much anymore. So that could be something that, you might feel in their energy from time to time. A song that I'm channeling randomly, and I didn't do this with any of the piles either, is You're Always on My Mind by SWV. Check out the lyrics to that song. You don't necessarily have to listen to the song, you can just read the lyrics, but obviously the song is about this person can't get that special somebody off their mind. They're always thinking about them, thinking about the future type of thing. And it's like a boy it's like a male and a female group that sings the song together. So it's kind of nice to have like that balance of the masculine and the feminine energy. And so it's a really good song. And of course, like I said, listen to the lyrics or read the lyrics if you don't want to listen to the song per se, and you'll see like that's the energy that this person is giving off here. They also are hiding the fact that they are really inspired by you. Like, you motivate them, you encourage them to kind of like try something different, to push through. They are very proud of you. That might be something that they have shared with you or may have never shared with you, but that is something that I pick up here. I get that they like your hustle, they like your drive. It's something that you are doing very well that they wish that they could do. They wish that they could like try. So let's say, you started your own fitness business or whatever. So, you got your fitness line, and then like, you're doing your videos on social media, and they're like, man, I love the gym too. I wish I can get into something like that. And like it inspires them and encourages them, but they still have to, push through and get through the idea like they can't do it, right? So that's something that I pick up. I also see that this person loves how you show up for yourself and others, and you don't let anyone into your space if they're not approved, if you don't feel like they're of quality. Like, you're very particular about like who gets to be around you, who gets to interact and engage with your energy, and that's something that they really love about you as well. And it's something that they might not necessarily tell you, so that can be what they're hiding. I do see this person they have struggled with like, wanting to be like the popular one and having this big circle of like friends and just people that they know, when in reality they only need like a solid group of people in their life. They don't need like 85 people in their phone. They really just need like 20, and 20 might be a lot, but 20 can include the family as well too. But this idea of like, hey, I don't have to feel like I'm the big man or like the queen bee of the group or like of the city. I can have my solid people in my background and have my back, and let the haters and let the other people just be in the background type of thing, right? And you are someone that how to feel safe within yourself, within your own energy. And that's something that they admire, but also that they hide, is that they don't know how to not be by themselves fully. They like to be kind of like the center of attention in a way. I also see them hiding the fact that they want to reconnect with you, especially if it's been a while since you all connected. So if you haven't seen each other in a while, they really do want to see you again. If you have seen each other recently, it's like you all didn't get a chance to actually have the interaction that they've hoped for. So let's say it was like a high and a buy situation, or let's say you went over to like a family's house and they were there like passing by, so you all like had a 5-minute convo, but you didn't get a chance to really embrace each other. You didn't really get a chance to sit down and talk. So that's something that they are hiding, in the sense of like they want to see you again, they want to reconnect again, and potential like go out and just like see where things are and see if things can be reconciled. I do see, in terms of like the outcome, you all reconnecting again and having that one-on-one time, especially if you didn't get a chance to have it before. I also see this person wanting to show you like, hey, I'm better than I was before, right? I'm better than what I was the time that you met me, or like, when things fell apart with us. I'm way better than that now. So I can see this person like wanting to court you again. And let's say if we're doing this like a non-romantic sense, like a previous supervisor or like employers, like, hey, we got rid of those toxic people, and we're caring about our employees, mental health. We're caring about our employees' benefits. So we improved everything, we're paying more. We got better hours, like that. That's something that I'm picking up here too, as well, if you're thinking of it like a non-romantic sense. Okay. So yeah, that is what I have for this pile. I hope that it resonated with you all and that you enjoyed it. But yeah, I appreciate the love and the support as always, and I hope you all are doing well. Bye.